What up, world? This is the Tankhead Moe Show. I'm your host, Tankhead Moe. Boy, today we have a very special guest. She's a licensed cosmetologist and future trichologist and dermatologist. Here to discuss hair care, hair loss, and pertaining to the black community. Family, please help me welcome in the one and only Maggie Weaves. Oh man, it's good to have you here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh man, this is a very important topic, and I noticed it. A lot of people is dealing with stuff like this. Why do so many people deal with hair loss?
Honestly, it's like a combination of things. I would say the most important thing is probably our diet. The food quality has gone down. A lot of the regulations on our food, our water have gotten relaxed, and because of that, we're not getting the nutrition that we need. The next thing will probably be stress, which all of us have stress.
Right.
As far as bills, our kids. So stress is probably the next biggest thing. And the third biggest thing would probably be agitation. So scalp agitation. So for example, like sew-ins, aggressive braiding styles, even a ponytail. You could wear a ponytail for 25 years and lose all your hair.
Right.
So, and then a lot of it, I used to say the products, but now because of social media, we know a lot more about products than we used to. But so those would probably be my number one things is our diet, stress, and then scalp agitation. All right. It's a big one.
And not to roll back, but how did you get started?
Oh, man. Okay, so I got started doing hair. My stepmother actually taught me how to braid, and I was about 13. And I went to school and braided everybody's hair after that. I actually graduated in 11th grade, took cosmetology my senior year of high school.
That's what's up.
So I graduated with my high school diploma and my cosmetology license.
Oh, wow.
So did hair in Florida for about 4 years and then came to Georgia for a technical college and fell in love with the entrepreneur spirit of Atlanta. Right. I couldn't leave.
Right.
So I owned a salon for 10 years. That was a beautiful disaster. And experienced a lot of things during that time that made me who I am now. And I ended up downsizing after COVID and going through a divorce. I downsized. But I still had the passion, and there was still such a need for me. I cater to a lot of older clients, a lot of clients that were the test subjects for the relaxer. And so they have a lot of extreme hair loss.
Right.
Another thing I didn't tell you about that causes a lot of hair loss is medication. So high blood pressure, diabetes, all those things kind of affect your hair. Right. Even after COVID, I saw a lot of hair loss. A lot of people's hair became very coarse, very dry after COVID. So that's what kind of got me going. And every time I try to stop, I just feel like God always leads me back.
Right.
To it. So now I'm just expanding on the brand and on the things that I already know.
Right. And you mentioned something that was a disaster. So what was a disaster?
I have this empathy thing to where I feel like I can feel what people are going through. And I had a client that was going through a little bit of trouble in her life, and she started dating this guy that was kind of toxic, and he was on drugs. And I think there's a misconception about me because I look so cool and I'm like on trend or something that people think that I'm okay with a lot of things, but I'm not. So that was like kind of the beginning of like the scammer era.
Okay.
And they were trying to use someone else's credit card to pay me. And so long story short, I ended up getting them out of the salon, and they were upset about it, and the guy pulled a gun out. And I did have to shoot him, and he did die.
Oh, wow.
So that definitely changed the dynamics of how I interact with people, how I trust people, and my empathy. So I started setting more healthy boundaries for how I deal with people.
Right.
It was, again, it was something I feel like now that I look back on it, I needed to go through that
Right.
because I was too empathetic. So now I'm just setting healthier boundaries for myself and my clients and my friends and family. So, well, you know how setting boundaries goes.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing you do have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I know that can cause like certain mental health issues and stuff going through something like
Definitely,
that.
definitely. I'm still kind of battling a lot of things, and I just like I said, I'm not a pusher for a lot of heavy kind of medications and stuff. So I try to do natural things, but definitely deal with like a lot of depression and if I could have did this different. But it's just about accepting God's plan for me.
Right.
So
And that's crazy. Not to make fun of, but you can get shot by a beautiful woman. Now you just let y'all know. So don't be out here playing now. But yeah, and I've heard women talk about like edge control. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women lately I've been in women talk about what can they use for edge control, because they feel like a lot of people just selling stuff that's not really working.
And I'll tell you this too. I'm gonna say this about products like edge control, lace glue, tint spray. A lot of the products now are toxic. So that's why my job is going to become so important with the trichology, because the skin is an open organ. So you got to think, if you're using something abrasive on it, it can cause skin cancer, it could cause alopecia, and we're not really knowing the results of things like edge control because 20 years ago all we had was jam.
Right.
So things like edge control, lace front glue. The lace front glue is probably my biggest scare because I don't know what that's going to cause us in 20 years. So
I tell you, I I didn't know when you said about alopecia. I didn't know what alopecia was. I remember dating this girl. She had braids, and I just remember how she looked with the braids in. And she took the braids out. I'm called Tankhead for a reason. When she took the braids out, I know she was missing, hair in certain places. And I broke up with her, but I thought it was just, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know it was a certain thing called alopecia until time went on. Like, oh my God, So now that I understand that that's really, I ain't gonna say not a disease, but what would that be? Alopecia would be called like a
they consider it a condition.
condition. Yeah, yeah. So I didn't know what that was at that time. So she had that little nub and little patches of hair everywhere. So, and I'm sorry
with her for that.
Yeah, I broke up with her because I ain't
man.
if you meet a person you like and you see her and she got hair, you know what I'm saying, and then all of a sudden she take her braids out. She missing hair right here, hair over there, got a little hair right there. Then she had a little ponytail. She had a little ponytail, the one you had to, yeah. So, and I'm sorry. Time went on though. But what do you think about the men that goes over to like Turkey to get hair implants and stuff like that? Because a lot of men been doing that lately.
I'm gonna be honest. I have mixed feelings about it. The best healthcare that you're gonna get in probably the world is in America. So I don't recommend anybody going anywhere but America for any kind of surgery or procedure, even though I know it's popular right now.
Right.
I do know a couple doctors, like in Miami. I know a Romanian doctor. He does hair transplants. I just recommend you do your homework.
Right.
Understand the side effects and the consequences. Because a lot of doctors, after you get procedures done overseas, they don't want to touch you after you come back. So that's a big thing, is that if you get something done overseas, it's going to be very hard to find a doctor here to follow up on those procedures. So that's a big thing.
Yeah. Oh man. Do you think like well, I'm gonna say this. I want to say like how does black hair change from, you remember like when your grandparents, during their time, and how has it changed from then to now? That's what I'm trying to get out. How black hair could have changed from when your grandparents, had hair and they were doing the hot comb and, frying your hair with the grease and, all that stuff, and like doing the Madam C.J. Walker era and stuff like that. Like, how have it changed from then to now?
I think the biggest thing is probably, again, the hair relaxer. And then now we live in a microwave society. People want to be able to change their look like right now.
Right.
So because of that, I feel like the wig has become a lot more popular. Sew-ins have become a lot more popular versus back in the day, the relaxer was popular. The roller set was popular. The straightening comb was popular. Another thing is I always tell people, be patient with your stylist today, because whereas before a stylist could blow dry your hair in 10 minutes, most people are natural now. So blow drying becomes a service all by itself. It could take you an hour to blow dry someone's hair that's natural.
Wow.
Yeah, so I read a lot of like little blogs and stuff like that, especially when people are complaining about black hair. Oh, well, she's charging me $300 for a wig install and she didn't even shampoo my hair. Okay, so you got to think about the time. Your grandmother got a Jerry curl. She got a relaxer. I could take 6 hair relaxers at one time and alternate y'all just because of how the service is. With a wig, I can't do that. I really can only take you for the next 2.5 hours. So because of that, if you add a shampoo to that, you're looking at 4 hours for one service. So that's probably the biggest thing, is that hair has evolved a lot. Another big problem with hair is people aren't going to school. It's all about aesthetic. So as long as it looks good on social media, I don't care what is underneath that wig.
Right.
I'm dealing with that problem a lot. Is aesthetic. Okay, the curls look great, but your braids are terrible. They're too tight. They're causing too much tension, or she's using some kind of abrasive glue, or she's using too much glue. But aesthetically, on camera, it looks great. So that's why I said trichology is going to become a big thing, because in 10, 20 years, we're going to see a lot more skin cancer. We're going to see a lot more traction alopecia. So from the aesthetic of social media. Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
And what is the average hairdo time for, I say a female, a woman?
A black female?
Black female.
You're looking at least 2.5 hours.
Things that women go through.
2.5 hours, yeah. And that's just a simple press. If you get a shampoo press, let's say that you like a little steam or some kind of hot oil treatment, shampoo press, trim, yeah, you're looking at about 2.5 hours.
Yeah. So just thinking about that now, like, do you think like hairstylists should work closely with doctors? Since it kind of go hand in hand.
It kind of go hand in hand. I would just encourage hairstylists to get a license, because you have to learn all the anatomy of the head, all the anatomy of the feet, all the anatomy of the hands, the nerves in the head. I feel like if you go to school, you're going to know the foundation of what a doctor knows, honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That trichology is like, what is trichology? What is that?
The disorders of the hair and scalp. But I feel like dermatology and trichology are kind of in the same family, because you have to understand the skin to understand what's coming out of it.
Right.
Which is the hair. So that's why I said that I'm going to probably stay like somewhere in between with dermatology and trichology, because they kind of go together.
All right. Because and most time as men, like I'm gonna say, you think it's a woman thing, but it's also,
I have 2 male clients who have alopecia, and I actually do man weaves on them. One, his wife doesn't even know. He's been married for 15 years, and she doesn't know.
So you do a hell of a job then.
Yes.
If you can't tell the difference between a man weave and, wow, that's good. That's real good.
And I'm going to say this. He's non-African American.
Oh, wow.
The one that his wife doesn't know.
So you did a wig for Trump then?
I wish. Y'all a
Would
blackball
that
me.
money be
Y'all a blackball me.
right? You know how much money you'll get?
Man.
Yeah, you do Trump with that. Trump, would you just make a orange? Would you put in some Bantu kid or something? An orange perm wig for Trump?
I'm not gonna lie. I thought about writing him, but the black community will blackball me, so I just leave it alone.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's about business. Yeah. So, but what is the best way to take care of your scalp? Like at home or something like that? Like,
I don't know if you ever heard like too much of a good thing is still bad. So anything that you do to your hair repeatedly is not good. For example, I have girls that wear something called a traditional sew-in, where they leave a portion of their hair out. I tell them, if you're going to wear a traditional sew-in, then you need to change the part. That means if you leave out the middle, next time you need to leave out the side. Okay, after that, you might need to go into a lace closure. Doing too much of anything is bad, including for the hair. Another thing is scalp stimulation. If you massage your scalp, and people want you to use all these heavy, aggressive oils, but honestly, if you just take your fingers and massage your scalp, you're going to increase the blood circulation to that area. So I'll give you an example. If you have alopecia that's not caused by like a medication or that's not hereditary, if the hair root is still there, you can actually massage it and cause blood flow there, which is going to help increase that hair to grow, which is all natural. You don't have to go get a shot in your scalp. You have to take a steroid. You literally can just massage that area, and it's going to encourage that hair to grow.
wow. So you telling me I can just take my hand and just rotate them around on the crystal ball and just loosen up some blood flow. You know what I'm
And
saying?
even heat. Heat is another one, too.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever noticed, a lot of females have this problem of like hair growth in places that they don't want, especially like along the face. If you put your phone against your face, the heat of the phone is going to actually encourage hair to grow in that area. So heat is another one. Back in the day, like you were saying, like our grandmothers used to get relaxers, and then they would do a deep conditioner, and guess what? That hairstylist would put a cap on their head and then put them under heat.
Right.
But heat actually helps to stimulate hair growth too.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah, I can see it getting much better because I remember, I think I say in the 90s when the certain perm was taking out everybody's hair, you know, like your cousins, your sisters, your mamas, was it Bantu kid or something like that. And then you had the guy, what's the other guy, Rio, he was like, you can taste it. And you have a girlfriend, you go to rub their head, their whole hair just come off in your hand. So I remember those days, man. But yeah. So.
I just hate the relaxer, the stigma around the relaxer now, because it's healthier now than it's ever been, but nobody wants it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So and you also mentioned something about diet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Diet is. The food standard has been relaxed. I hate to say this, but it's been relaxed a lot under Biden.
Right.
It's getting relaxed even more under Trump. Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff in our food that is not supposed to be there that is causing hair loss.
Right.
A lot of stuff.
And cancer.
And cancer.
Yeah. So it is a lot of chemicals in food, all this science stuff. They trying to prolong, you know, food and stuff like that, cause they have a longer shelf life, and those chemicals, a lot of preservatives,
forever chemicals,
right?
A lot of stuff in our food,
right?
Even like things that you don't think about, like okay, I ordered wings, and I'm gonna stick them in the refrigerator, and then I'm gonna heat up my wings, but I'm not gonna put them in a glass bowl. I'm gonna heat them up in a styrofoam container that they came in. Facts. When you heat up styrofoam on your food, it's gonna release chemicals. Right. Like things like that is what people don't think about.
Right, and you're right, because I don't think about that. I just pop it right on in the
microwave. It in the microwave.
Lemon pepper wings, some blue cheese. Yeah, so you're absolutely right. That's stuff you don't think about.
Don't think about. I know.
Yeah.
So. That's people. No, I was gonna say people that follow me know that I'm a super health nut. Like I don't play about my food.
Yeah.
Like I don't play. I do a lot of organic stuff, a lot of all natural stuff, grown in Georgia stuff. And I mean, even that still got stuff in it that's not good for you, but it's a little bit better.
Better, yeah. I think this is something that's real good to talk about because you very rarely see anybody talking about the health of your hair,
Yes.
and your scalp and stuff like that, and that's very important because you have young guys like I was not knowing no better, and you see a girl one way, and then if you knew something else was going on, then you might looked at it different versus like, oh, she crazy, because I was thinking crazy, like she just pulled her hair out, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was she going through? So I have a better understanding that was alopecia, as time, but it took me to grow up a little bit, that was the younger tankheadish Mo guy. So, but yeah, so that's, man, this is very good. I'm excited to even continue to talk about this. And like, what I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. Like, I had an issue when I used to go to the barbershop. I no longer go no more. And it started because it was me and my son. He grown now. And he was like, Dad, when you gonna go to the barbershop? I said, well, it's me or you. But at that time where I was at. But when I used to go to the barbershop, every time they cut my hair used to flake up real bad. And I used to get these thick scabs.
I was going to talk to you about the barbershop.
Okay. I used to get the thick scab, and I had to scratch. I tried sulfur aid and all that stuff. I don't know what.
Fungus. It was a fungus.
Okay. Head was itching. And when I stopped going, the problems went away.
So a barber is supposed to clean his utensils between every single haircut. 90% of them don't do that. So you have all kind of diseases that live in them clippers. Okay. The number one is staph infection, which, and there's a few funguses too that live in those clippers. Wow. So that's the biggest thing with barbers. I know you'll probably see the men that have like the little bumps, like right here under the occipital bone.
Yes.
That's usually staph infection. But a lot of that comes from improper cleaning of your utensils. That's why I feel like aesthetic is not as important as you understanding the foundation of how to keep your stuff clean.
Right.
Like, they don't teach you that on a YouTube. And even if they do, most young stylists are not going to go watch that stuff. They're going to use the same comb on you, same hair liners that they use on 200-300 other people. And at the end of the night, they're going to clean them. So if you're going to go and get your hair cut at a barbershop, your best bet is to be the first person there.
Right.
Because most germs can't live on a surface for more than 24 hours. So if he hasn't been to work all day, or if you're the first person, your chances of not getting staph or some kind of infection are a little bit better. But if you're the last person, don't ever be the last person. Because every single germ that he done picked up all day is going to be on them clippers.
And I can say you're absolutely correct, because that was a miserable time for me, because when I tell you it, like, I was scapping real bad, flaking. I either had to scratch it up, then it'd be sore.
Yeah, it probably feel a little damp, like a little wet.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
got a little smell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I tried everything, and then once I stopped going, when I realized it was the barber. And I don't care how much money you pay for them to cut your hair. It can be the best barber, whatever. But like Miss Maggie said, like, if you ain't cleaning them clippers, it's not good. And I was putting alcohol. I was doing all the stuff under the sink. You know what I'm saying? I'm witch hazel.
But both of them would kill it.
Oh, yeah.
Kill the fungus.
So it did. Oh, okay.
It killed the fungus.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this, and I hate to say this about my African sisters because I'm Haitian.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say that disclaimer. In the state of Georgia, if you're doing natural hair, you're not required to have a license. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that Because sanitation. You
Right.
don't learn anything about sanitation. A lot of African braiding shops do not understand sanitation. So they're going to use the same 4 towels on you and everyone else. They're going to use the same combs that they've been using all day on you and everyone else. The state board says if a comb hits the ground, you shouldn't even use it again. They don't know that. So I've seen so much staph infection from hair braiding shops. But I just tell people now, just be careful. If you can bring your own towel, bring your own towel. If you can bring your own rat tail comb, bring your own rat tail comb. Because that'll force them to have to use your product, and you know that it's clean.
What is a rat tail comb? Because the word just keep catching me. What is that?
It's basically a comb that has a little tail on it.
Oh, with the little metal pointed. Okay. That's what that's called. I always thought it was a weapon, to be honest with you, because I grew up when my mama had it, had a cone end with the pointy part on it. Yeah, I just thought it was a cool cone with a weapon on the end. So that's what a rat tail comb is. Oh, wow. Yeah, so how can hairstylists catch, like, I want to say catch the problem. How can I word this better? How can hairstylists catch the problem? Yeah, catch the problem before it get worse. Like, is that when? In other words, when somebody come to you to get their hair done, do you automatically look at their head and say, "Let me see if something going on here," or do you just say, "Well, she came in to get this bob. I'm just gonna do the bob. I'm not even focused on. Let me." See, before I touch her head, do she, like have an issue or?
I'm going to be honest. I done lost so much money because there's certain services that I won't do.
Okay.
Like, I have an integrity thing. Unfortunately, most stylists can't afford to have an integrity. So it sucks so bad. But I will say no. I will say, listen, your hair is not in a condition to do this color, or your hair is not in a condition to get this kind of braid down. Or you really should be just wear your natural hair. I've lost a lot of money and a lot of very good clients because I've said no. Being a licensed stylist, that's what you're supposed to do. But unfortunately, with inflation and everything that's going on, stylists are not always doing that, unfortunately.
Right. So what are your services that you offer?
Right now, I mainly do wig installs, traditional sew-ins. I'm looking at relocating probably in the next couple months, and I'm going to probably offer a lot more services. I'm going to get back more to natural hair. But unfortunately, in the location I'm in right now, I can't offer a lot of the healthy services that I would normally offer. I'm going to go through like a little rebranding and it'll be a lot more selective this go around with who I hire as far as stylists. So, so mainly wigs, sew-ins. I do a lot of press outs. I deal with a lot of natural hair. I deal with a lot of alopecia. I give a lot of at-home advice because to me that's more important.
Right. So when you say you deal with a lot of alopecia, like what are some of the things you do when?
Something about alopecia is, most of my clients that have alopecia, it's not going to grow back.
Okay.
It's a permanent situation. I do have a few girls that, I'm like, okay, that'll grow back. But 90% of the clients I deal with that have alopecia, it's not going to grow back. And it's because of their age, stress. Because it will get to a point where with stress, it won't grow back if you stress too much. So, I'm sorry, I forgot the question.
No, it's about the alopecia.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing. Most of my clients, the hair is not growing back. Yeah. It's like permanent. So they would need more permanent things like hair transplants, which is why, again, I'm going into trichology because I'll be able to perform those services.
But here in the States.
In the States instead of having to go overseas or, Like the doctor in Florida that's Romanian, 90% of his clientele is African American. 90%.
Wow.
And he's in Florida, 90%.
Wow. I didn't really think that people really had issues like I'm bald. but I'm bald by choice because my hair still grow. A lot of people don't know that though. They be like, look at. I have people talk about me. He bald. He know his hair don't grow, but my hair grow by choice. I like being bald, and I'm kind of glad that I did go bald when all that stuff was happening. Because now I'm thinking, if I didn't, would I had those issues? That's when I had my little fade and all that stuff in the hair.
During COVID?
That was before COVID.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm saying when I was going to the barbershop and stuff like that. Yeah. So I'm wondering if I wouldn't have cut it off then, and would I have had alopecia as time go on? Because I wouldn't have known to, I would have kept going to the same barber and stuff like that. So. And I would have just let him tell, it ain't my clippers, because that's what he was saying. Like, nah. Then one day I just said, you know what, I'm gonna cut it off. I ain't going back.
Yeah,
and that's what I did. So that's, oh wow.
I think we probably gonna see a lot more hair loss because of the COVID shot too.
Yeah,
most shots they study them for 10, 20 years before they give them to us. That they didn't do that with the COVID shot.
Right.
So we still don't know what the long-term effects are gonna be from the COVID shot.
Right.
So I'm interested to see that.
Right. And they have said people, if you took a COVID shot, it sit in like, I think between 5 or 10 years or something like that, because some people still have an active effect. I don't want to say much, but I did the first one. But after that, I was like, nah. But I do know after I got that first COVID shot, it was, like your breathing started messing with me in a certain way and stuff. Like, it was something in those shots.
I know. And I hate to say this because so many people are against shots, but I got COVID like 3 times in my salon. Wow. I was still dealing with essential workers, and I was sneaking in there. I probably shouldn't say this on camera, but I was still sneaking in there and doing my cops and my judges and my nurses because they still had to go to work.
Right.
So I just kept getting COVID. And after I got the shot, I didn't get COVID anymore. Mm-hmm. I only got the first one though, but I didn't get COVID anymore. So,
right. That's I think I had COVID probably twice. Oof. So I know, but I got lucky because when I got it, that's when they had the medicine. I can't remember the name, but it started with a P. So it was took some pills in the box. So that's when I got mine. So it cured like a week or something. Just took the pills and you was feeling better. But this the part of the show where we switch over to the tank hot seat.
All right.
Yeah. So, what are the pettiest reasons you ever stopped talking to somebody?
His car was dirty. I said another one. He didn't keep up with his daughter's hair. That's a big one.
That's petty. Which celebrity do you think would be a terrible person to hang out with for 24 hours?
I'm gonna say either P. Diddy or R. Kelly. I actually like R. Kelly though. I don't like that. I gotta say that, but I'm gonna say P. Diddy or R. Kelly.
All right. What's one rumor about you that's actually true?
One rumor about me that's true. That I'm petty and that I'm emotional. I am petty. I can be petty and I can be very emotional.
What's the most money you ever wasted on something dumb?
Oh, man. You want to know the truth?
Yeah.
$30,000, man. My family finna be like, what? $30,000? Dang, man. I got to go into detail, no?
Yeah.
Dang, man. It was actually on my divorce, though, so I don't know if that was, but I still wasted it. I didn't need to spend all that money, man. It was over. I needed to let that go.
Yeah, gotta hang in there.
Gotta hang in there, man. Ooh.
What's the most famous person in your DMs right now?
Yeah, I gotta tell y'all that for real. Ooh. Let me see. It's been a few over the years. I would say I'm not gonna say their names because I don't know if I'm gonna respond or not. But I've had like 3 basketball players. Okay. I have friends that deal with those type of people, and I just don't want to be a part of it. Yeah,
Have you ever been caught lying on a date? And what happened?
Lying on the date. Dang, these questions are good. Lying on the date. Not really. I'm pretty honest.
You never told a little lie?
Lying on a date. Not that I could just think of. I try to be honest.
You try to be
keep me out of trouble.
Hold up, trying or did you be? You tried. So
if I lied, I didn't know I was lying.
You didn't know you were lying. So
I didn't know I was lying.
So if somebody said, if somebody said, hey, you know, if I go buy you some dinner, you know, it's up there. You know what it is.
Oh, I'm not going. I'm staying home.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you grown.
Oh, no, I'm staying home. And then, but I think I think I done lied before. Like, oh, I'm done with my daughter's dad. We're not together. And
right.
Yeah, he tearing my ass up. Yeah. He tearing me up, y'all.
Yeah. You got to ease back in there.
I got to ease. Damn. Going back.
Yeah, so, well, I guess that'll wrap up the hot seat. But
I did good.
Yeah, please let the people know how to find you, you know, and just let them know everything, you know, you got to offer.
Okay. If you need your hair done or any services done, any advice, I have a Facebook, Instagram, Maggie's Weaving Studio. I also have maggiesweavingstudio.com. But if you're feeling a little frisky, then you can follow Maggie Weaves. That's for more of a mature audience, after hours audience. You can follow that page. Email is the same, maggiesweavingstudio@gmail.com. If you need to ask me any questions or you want to talk, then you can call my phone, 678-820-1957. That's been my phone number for 15 years.
You're going to have all kind of men calling you now.
It's all right. I got all kind of stuff going on that phone. But, yeah, they can call that number. Yeah, and I like to respond. Don't text me at no 2 o'clock in the morning, though. I'm a granny. I be in the bed. But, yeah.
And did your Instagram, did you do the @ so if people want to reach out to you on Instagram?
Yes. You want me to repeat it? Or?
Yeah, you can do the @ because I didn't hear the @
Okay. It's at Maggie's Weaving Studio. At Maggie's Weaving Studio.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, people, that's going to complete the show. I'm your host, Tankhead Moe, and we have the one and only Maggie Weaves. And it's about the truth, the jokes, and the Tankhead way. Peace. If you like this episode, please comment, like, share, and subscribe.